Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another Anything Comics podcast. We are talking April 2014. We'll be going over the best of. So, we don't have one of our special people with us today. Neil is not here. He has some other things to take care of. So I have his best of list, and we'll be going over that shortly. But let's start out with the people who are here. First, let me just introduce my brother. He so kindly joined us tonight.
What's up?
What's up, Scott?
What's up, Scott?
All right. So.
Hey.
All right. So, I'll start from my left, I guess. So, Eugene, how are you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. Ready
to talk comics. I'm ready to spoil comics.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, pretty much. We're spoiling some books here.
Yeah, let's just get that out of the way right now.
So, yeah,
all right, and finally, RC, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I got better light. I'm in a comfortable spot. I'm good. I'm ready for this.
Ready to go? All right.
Okay.
All right, man. So let's just kick it off. Neil gave me his list of top 5 and plus some honorable mentions.
Sock it to me.
So I will go through it right now.
Release the Kraken.
Do it. So number 5 is Iron Fist: The Living Weapon. Number 1.
Nice.
Didn't read it.
It looks good. I like the author and author/artist. So which I've gotten around to reading it.
I did flip through it, and it looked like it had like that older style newsprint, which looked pretty cool.
Newspaper style?
I think so, but I could be wrong.
All right.
Iron Fist.
Number 4, Moon Knight. Number 2.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah.
Good. All right. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 14.
Is that the 100th? Or I think that's the anniversary issue.
Yeah.
So.
Number 2, DC's Sinestro. Number 1. I'm glad that's actually, you like that, because
cool.
I was gonna pick it up, but I don't know. Like,
why didn't you pick it up?
I don't know. I feel like it might be tied into the Green Lantern books. Like, I feel like down the road I'm gonna have to be pulled into a Green Lantern event, which I'm like, I'm not.
I don't know. They haven't pulled Larfleeze into any Green Lantern.
That's Larfleeze. It's like
just
everyone
forgets about the Orange Lanterns.
Yeah, he's kind of just
in his own sector. Yeah, he's in his own sector, stealing stuff.
All right, and number 1, Deadpool number 27, the anniversary issue.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's his top 5. Some honorable mentions: The Flash annual number 3, which is like, I think
that came out today, right?
Yeah. The introduction to Wally West. Superior Spider-Man 31 / Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Yeah, that's the big book that came out.
It's like called too.
Yeah, it's basically like the reason why it's $5.99. I forgot. They have the first issue of Inhuman behind Amazing Spider-Man, so that's why it's extra $2.
So they're like, oh wait, the Inhuman issue is free.
Yeah. That's what they did with one of the with Black Widow. Like, they put Black Widow behind in number 1, I think.
Yeah, and on Superior Spider-Man number 31, they put that Silver Surfer Infinite comic in there, so you got like a free comic on that one. I hope this is a new trend that Marvel.
We're just putting comics behind comics. Like, I don't even need to pick up Inhuman number 1.
I would rather have that than Channel 52 News. Like,
yeah, they're going green, saving on paper, and just like, here, we'll give you 2 comics that aren't related to each other in any way. And
all right, I guess 2 more. Miss Marvel number 3, and Original Sin number 0. So,
cool.
Yeah, Original Sin's actually kicking off next week. So, we're already in event season, people. We're hitting the event.
We just got out of
it. When did we get out? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still an event.
I don't know. I feel like every day's an event. Every Wednesday's
Every
an introduction to an event.
We're still dealing with
You get
ramifications
it.
of Age of Ultron, so we haven't even left the Age of Ultron event
They
yet.
put out a limited series of What If Age of Ultron. So
I
we're
know.
still kind
We're
of
still
dealing
in
with it too.
that event. And then,
So yeah, I think this kicks off Marvel's big event. So yeah, so yeah, that is Neil's
Cool.
Neil's top 5 and honorable mention. So yeah, let's move on. We got. I'll start with. Yeah, I'll go first. So this is not in any particular order, just 5 books that I really enjoyed, and we'll start with DC's Secret Origins #1.
Oh, cool.
I know this is kind of like, everyone's already heard this story before, but my favorite story out of this whole thing was obviously the Superman story. Greg Pak is he's hitting all cylinders with this book, or this story. It's Greg Pak writing and Lee Weeks doing the pencils, which was really, really good because Lee Weeks did pencils on Brian Azzarello's Luther, which was really, really good also.
He also did like a Gambit back in the day. Like he did,
really?
Yeah, which was really good. I still have those issues.
Yeah, so Lee
that's
Weeks,
good art,
man, he is, this art was really nice. The inks by Sandra Hope and Lee Weeks, so they worked together on it. So this story was from the mother's perspective. You always hear from Jor-El and Zor-El's perspective, but this is from Lara and Martha perspective on when Krypton exploded and when when he fell down to Smallville, and it's just really emotional, because you never hear the mom's thoughts, I guess, and just hearing them narrate through Superman's early life and then to who he is now, it's really touching, man. Greg Pak really hits the emotional beats of this story, and it really I don't know, I just really, really enjoyed it a lot. And we also have Robin and Supergirl. They were okay, but the Superman story really was the one that really blew me away. So,
do they reveal anything new? Because it's Secret Origins, and we pretty much know everyone's origins to a degree. I didn't know if they.
Yeah. It was really much of the same old stuff. It's just in a different way, I guess. And one of my gripes about the Secret Origins is it just costs too much for $4.99 for something like that. I don't think it's worth it. But I don't know. I'm just gonna pick and choose from now on which Origins I'm really gonna read. If there's something really intriguing, then I might pick it up. But this is probably the only one I really wanted to get because it had Superman in it and Greg Pak. I do want more, more writers, more different writers, more artists to give their take on the origins of some of these superheroes, because I mean Greg Pak, Tony Bedard, and Kyle Higgins, they've kind of written it for a while, so I'm kind of hoping some fresh faces come in and use that as a platform for them to kind of show off their skills for these DC characters. So.
Is it? I mean, this might be a stupid question, but is there seriously just Origins? That's all.
Yeah, it's kind of it's seriously just origin stories.
Yeah, the reason I ask is, didn't they do that Zero issue 2 summers ago where you had the origins of
Yeah, I forgot what. I think the Superman origin, the Superman Zero issue was kind of more of the Krypton take of it, I guess. This is I think it delved with Krypton moments before it exploded, but this one was kind of half of it was, or a third of it was Krypton, and Jor-El telling the committee it's gonna blow up or whatever, and then another third of it was his early life in Smallville, and then another third of it was afterwards, and who he is today and stuff. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it wasn't too like groundbreaking stuff, but it's just Greg Pak's story is the one that really like just surprised me, or I liked it the most. So
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, Secret Orange is number one.
Does that
Nick?
or does that like continue to does that like finish the Superman origin, or does it?
Yeah,
Does it
yeah, it's already
continue
done.
on to anything else? Or?
It's kind of like one shot.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Secret Origins is a digital series also. So,
Oh, okay.
'cause I saw in Comixology they had a digital sale on Secret Origins. So I guess those were they're just one-shot digital stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Next, Wonder Woman number 30. This always makes my top five.
Ah,
So
good cover.
Cliff Chang, or no, Goran Suzuka again. I forgot. And then this story was not really much action, but just it's Wonder Woman just trying to get her soldiers kind of on her side because they're kind of like they're kind of indifferent. They don't know what's going on. The Queen is still in stone. Hera is professing Wonder Woman as the queen, the new queen, and they're kind of like, I don't know, I don't know about that. So, plus we also get some more Firstborn stuff, which is always my favorite part because he's just such a badass, especially the part where it's kind of disgusting, and I was just like, what the heck, man? When Cassandra ate something pretty disgusting. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was
And
awesome.
the end of it was really, really good with Hell and the Firstborn.
Yeah, that was an awesome ending.
That
When
was
we,
an awesome. That was just
blew out the
like,
candles. I was like,
yeah,
yes. Yeah.
yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was good.
That kind of really just sold me on the issue. It has some really great endings. Like Wonder Woman really. It's just a really great comic, and I'm only gonna keep talking about it. I want to not put it on my top five, but I just can't. I have to. I have to.
Yeah.
It's good. So yeah.
Do you know who's taking over Wonder Woman after Azraella?
Nothing so far. His run should end by the end of the year, so maybe by October, November, when they put out solicitations for next year, for maybe like February, March, we're gonna get some, announce or somebody. They're gonna announce somebody. I think they're gonna announce it at New York Comic Con. That's such like a big deal, I guess. So we might as well. I think they're gonna do it at one of the cons this year. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's taking over. So yeah. Next, we got American Vampire second cycle.
Oh, look at that.
It's hitting all the right beats, man. Like it's going back to I think like Scott Snyder writing this, he really like as I'm reading it, like he really misses writing this book. And so we have Pearl Jones, who is taking care of these kids who are vampires and stuff, and they're trying to get them out of the way of the enemy. So she meets up with an old friend, and they discuss, or he brings her, some passports and stuff like that to get them out and to get them to their own kind, their own vampires. So there's that, and another part is the Gray Trader, which is the new villain that they teased at the end of issue 34 from the first volume. So he's one scary dude, man. Like we find out that he is the original. He is the first. He's the first infection. He's the original drop of blood that started this whole thing. And he's one. I don't know. There's this one like scene where he's headed toward Pearl Jones's house, and there's this guy who's just like who are you, blah, 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 and he opens his mouth, and inside it's his son's voice, and he's like, Dad, I'm here, we're all here, the neighbors are here, and, and then he's like, son, is that you? He's like, I don't know if this is you, and they all talk and stuff like that, and you have a panel, I'm going to show you, it's just creepy. But,
so it's like the movie Face Off.
Basically.
When you hear John Travolta's voice in Luke Cage's body.
He's just like, he's like, I just want to be with you, son, and he has his hand, like...
Yeah, look at that embrace right there.
I know, man. I was just freaking weirded out.
Only in comics, man. Only in comics.
Yeah, man. So, so we find out that he is the original, he is the devil, as Snyder put it. And yeah, all hell's coming up break loose because he is inside, I think in the final panels, he's inside Pearl Jones's house. And, you know all those kids that I was talking about that are living with Pearl? One of them actually has the bite, the original mark from the Gray Trader. So as soon as, like, she started, like, freaking out and started turning to a vampire, like a vampire they've never seen before. So Pearl has to deal with that at the end of this book, and it's great. Like, Raphael Albuquerque's art with Dave McCagg's colors. It's just a great combo. I really enjoy it. I think, I'll continue to keep saying this, but if you guys haven't checked out American Vampire, you can actually start from the second cycle because they give a little background on who these characters are, especially Pearl Jones's friends and who they worked for, and it's just a really, really good Scott Snyder book. So go check it out.
Cool.
All right. Next, this is a new book that came out today. I'm going to talk just a little bit about it. Southern Bastards by Jason Aaron.
Don't spoil it.
I haven't read a book like this before, and I really enjoyed it. Something clicked with me.
I told you.
The art, Jason Latour's art, just
you gotta listen to me about this one.
Jason Latour's art is okay. I mean, it didn't bother me, but Jason Aaron's art and the story was very simple. But I'm okay with that because this is definitely different than what I'm reading on my pull list. So I'm definitely down to check out the second issue. It seems
when Jason Aaron writes, it feels like I'm watching a movie. Like when I read
this is
when I read Scalped, which is awesome. I was like, I'm not reading a comic. I'm just I'm watching a movie happen. It was. I want something like that again, and I think Southern Bastards is going to be.
Yeah, man. You really feel for the character that they introduced him in. He's in foreign territory. He's going back to a place where, he didn't really, he left this place because, his dad was so much, he was a sheriff and stuff, and it's really down to earth stuff. You could definitely see this in any, in the southern areas. I would think that there's something going down like this. Somewhere in the United States.
I haven't read it, but just reading citations and looking at the cover, it reminds me of that movie Walking Tall with The Rock.
It has some Walking Tall moments. I would.
He's carrying a big stick and
there was
into Walking Tall.
There's some moments with that. So yeah, a book that I really didn't think about picking it up, but I don't know. When I saw it at the shelf, I was like, why not just try it out? Haven't tried any Jason Aaron work before, and I know that's kind of shocking, but yeah. So I really enjoyed it. So yeah. And finally, we're nearing this guy's end of his run on Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts number 25. And the only reason I picked this book was the thing that happened to a certain character. All bets are off after reading this issue.
Yeah. Yeah, if you recognize the cover That's actually taken from a scene from Pirates of the Caribbean when
Mhm.
Johnny Depp fights the Kraken and he gets engulfed. That's kind of like that take of it, except it's Ghost Rider against a sea monster, and yeah, what it happens to Ghost Rider is pretty intense. Let me say that.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it. And,
yeah, that was kind of like, you know what happened to Moira in Arrow? That's the exact same reaction I had here. What would happen to Ghost Rider?
yeah.
I was just, dang, man. And all bets are off with all these characters, man. It seems like, at the end of the book, it looks like some more characters are are dead or whatever. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. Go check it out. It's the end of a run, but it's okay. So go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
Awesome.
Awesome. I know. I really like that book right there. So yeah, when I turned the page and saw that one panel of what happened to Ghost Rider, and the way it was depicted, it was kind of it was shocking.
It was just like nonchalant, man. It was just like,
yeah, like all the issues that have come before it, there was nothing like the panel that they show on this issue. Like Thunderbolt's supposed to be like pretty violent because you have all these vigilante types, and they just their profession is killing the bad guys. Well, when the tables are turned and it's one of the good guys that something bad happens to, it's pretty shocking, and then it's pretty the way it's depicted is pretty gratuitous as well. So
I don't like. I don't know. Like that issue was just. I just didn't see any like that. That thing was. I didn't see it coming. So
yeah. Thank goodness for Deadpool to liven up the.
I know.
Issue. Otherwise, it would have been like dark as anything.
Yeah. So, when do you guys go next?
Go, bro.
All right, I'll go.
Hurry up.
I'm going. Let me fix it. Okay, so in no particular order, if I had to choose a theme for all my books, it would be the emotional highs and lows. All my books seem to go from very happy to very sad and dark. So let me jump right into it. My first book is Flash number 30. This starts the Robert Venditti Van Jensen run of the Flash, and I'd say it's a pretty good start. It takes place after the Forever Evil. What happens in Forever Evil, which is weird because Forever Evil is technically not over yet, but we're dealing with the aftermath of what the crime syndicate unleashed on Earth. So it's always been said that DC focuses on the super aspect of superhumans, and Marvel focuses on the human aspect of superhumans. But here we really get the human aspect of the Flash. In the issue, he feels guilty that he wasn't around to save Central City, and like everything he feels like is his fault. Like if a puppy is lost, he feels like it's somehow his fault that the puppy ran away, or if a tree falls down in the forest, he feels responsible that that tree has fallen. So we're really dealing with Barry Allen's guilt through this, and through this whole issue, this basically takes place. He has to go to a psychiatrist to be cleared to go back to work as a forensic scientist. And so during this whole issue, it's just him sitting on the couch, and then while his psychiatrist is talking, like he'll rush out into the city and he'll rebuild a building or he'll save some people, and then zip back into the therapy room before his psychiatrist is done talking, which is weird because I'm like, you can't notice a guy disappear for a second and zip back into your room. You think you'd notice a guy, even no matter how fast he is, just disappear and zip back into your room a second later. But yeah, that's so. Like I said, we're dealing with the Barry's guilt about not being able to save everyone, despite being the fastest man alive. He can't be everywhere at once. And then we're also starting to get introduced to Wally West. He's being introduced. Yeah, yeah. So he's being introduced finally to the New 52, but you only see him for like 1 or 2 pages.
He's too fast.
Yeah, he's too fast.
He's too fast.
But I think it'll delve more into the Flash Annual #3, which I haven't gotten around to reading yet. So yeah, I just wanted to give this this particular arc of the Flash a go, since I've read a lot of Venditti's work now. So I just wanted to see his take on the Flash. Okay, so my second book is it's actually Guinness World Record holder. It's Deadpool #27, The Wedding of Deadpool, and yeah, I'm actually pretty amazed how many people they could fit on this cover. I think it's over 200 people, and characters like I don't even know who half these characters are. I mean, there's Thor Frog. There's literally a frog with a cape carrying Mjolnir, and apparently he's a character in the Marvel Universe. So, you had to scrape the bottom of the barrel to find that character and fit him in. But yeah, this is the wedding of of Deadpool. I haven't read the Deadpool Gauntlet, so I was kind of at a loss of who this person is. You're just kind of thrown into the fray of, okay, Deadpool's getting married, yeah, and like, okay, who is this person? You're really not giving any background. You just know that there was a adventure that happened before this particular issue, but this is actually a high moment for Deadpool. Deadpool hasn't exactly lived a fulfilling life. He's been dumped more times than or I would say he's been dumped as many times as he's died, pretty much. Deadpool's died a lot of times and come back. But what I particularly like about this issue, not just like the wedding of Deadpool, but he also flashes back to his other marriages, per se, which is somewhat like, some of his marriages are just weird. They only last like 30 seconds, and then it's over. So it's got to be a record or something. But yeah, there's a lot of short stories written by other Deadpool writers, and so it's just a fun throwback to, if you're a fan of Deadpool, to see these writers do their take on Deadpool again. But yeah, this is the happiest you've seen Deadpool, and especially after a couple arcs ago, Deadpool finds out that he has a daughter, and yeah, he has a daughter, and she might be alive or she might be dead. So we're dealing more of emotional Deadpool than just straight up guns and knives and stuff. So,
see, marriages can work.
Yeah.
DC is like DC is like missing the ball here.
I know.
Game of Thrones.
Come on, man.
I'm all down for like the Superman Wonder Woman relationship. They can get married if they want. Go ahead, but
Marriages suck.
I don't know. Like
in Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
like,
don't get married in Game of Thrones.
There's been, like, I think a lot of marriages in the Marvel universe, even within the past year. I mean, you got Deadpool and his wife now, and then wasn't there a marriage? Wasn't it Young Avengers that there was a couple that got married not too long ago? So yeah, I guess Marvel I guess they know how to pull the heartstrings and go for the marriage story.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel.
Well, DC won't even like open the door to it. Is the thing.
Yeah,
They
everyone's
won't
single.
even like.
I mean,
Yeah, like
they don't want them to go through life.
Didio is like, if you're a hero, your life's gonna suck. So
If you're a hero, you gotta protect your people, which means you can't
I know.
have a life. I'm like,
so anyway, I'm glad someone's getting married somewhere in the superhero universe.
yeah, somewhere in comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So my third pick is Superior Spider-Man number 31,
Ooh,
series finale, and you can tell,
do tell.
especially with the release of Amazing Spider-Man number 1 today. Peter Parker is back in his own skin, and let me tell you, Dan Slott really knows how to reward the faithful, or the faithful fanboys of Spider-Man, because everything you wanted to happen with Spider-Man finally happens within this issue. Like, he teams up with Spider-Man from 2099, and you're like, yes, finally! And then there's the big battle for New York with the Goblin. And then, of course, there's the whole aftermath of, Peter Parker, the real one, the one and only, trying to repair his life after Doc Ock, just spent a year in his skin. And so Peter's got a lot of rebuilding of bridges to do. And then, other than that, there are some of his relationships those bridges have been burned. So he's got a lot to deal with. So I'm excited to read Amazing Spider-Man 1. Hopefully, we'll get right into the awkward moments that Peter Parker has to share with his family. There's the whole I've been gone for a year in my own body. So I apologize for
I got some explaining to do.
Yeah, it was me, but it wasn't me.
His first arc.
Yeah, his first arc is just saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All the pages. But yeah, Dan Slott rewarded the faithful with this particular issue, and sets it up for Amazing Spider-Man, which I'm happy that it's finally back. I know when Doc Ock Spider-Man came on, I was like, okay, I'll give it a try, and it's like, you gotta weather that storm, man, because it got pretty dark at some moments, and you're like, ooh, I don't know if this particular direction of Spider-Man is where I want to go. I'm used to the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, not the break your bones and call you a fool Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're back to throwing one-liner jokes at villains.
Oh, man. We've all learned a bigger lesson. We've all learned a lesson. When your character is changed completely, there's a movie coming up, and there's a release date, you time those two together with to bring them back. So
I know.
With Amazing Spider-Man comeback this Friday,
Yeah.
it's inevitable.
What a ploy.
That is a ploy, man.
What a ploy.
Come on, Slot.
Come on. Y'all can't think of anything else.
That's so true, man.
Okay, so my fourth book, this has actually been it's been getting good reviews. I think it got a 5-star on Comic Vine.
No, don't say that.
Oh, really?
I got a beef about reviews right now. So.
Oh, really? Okay. Anyway, we're getting into the all-out carnage of Deadpool versus Carnage.
Oh, nice.
Second issue.
The old Marvel banner, too.
I know. Marvel.
It's not Marvel now, it's just Marvel.
Yeah. Marvel. I know. No all-new Marvel now. This is its own thing. But it's just straight up mayhem, slashy things and pointy things going into other people, and then you got the one-liners of Deadpool. The premise of it is Carnage is loose, and he's on a random killing spree across America, and the only one crazy enough to track Carnage down is Deadpool, and like he's using all these signs apparently that that only he can recognize because he's just as crazy as Carnage. Like Carnage is hiding out somewhere in the U.S. and because Deadpool is so crazy, he sees signs that point to where Carnage is somehow. Like he'll look at like a stain and it'll look like Carnage, and somehow it'll point to another clue to where Carnage is. And it was just like a fun couple panels of him trying to decipher all these clues the world is giving him. And then when we finally get to the fights, it's just all out brawl. I mean, only Deadpool would fight Carnage with dubstep music with speakers because the symbiote is like susceptible to loud or annoying music.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so
Dubstep will kill anyone.
yeah,
I know, man. Depends on the song, man. Those too many drops, it's over.
I know.
And we'll use the top Skrillex to
Yeah. So that's just one of the many tools that Deadpool uses to fight Carnage. He'll pull out speakers, just like a Looney Tunes battle. Just like you pull out a gun, I'll pull out dubstep. You pull out, it's just Acme Dynamite everywhere.
Yeah.
If you want to read that, so it's been a fun.
Is that a miniseries?
Yeah, it's only 4 issues. It's been written by Cullen Bunn.
Oh yeah, he's the master.
He's been writing a lot of the Deadpool shorts as of late, like the 9/11 Deadpool Kills and all that. So yeah, if you just want straight up brawling and action and some comedy in there, read Deadpool versus Carnage. And then I think the 3rd issue comes out next week, so check that out. All right, and my final book, kicking off the Marvel event of the summer, Original Sin number 0. You know what? I'm really impressed at all the marketing for Original Sin. I think they really know how to tease an event.
Oh yeah, definitely better than DC.
Yeah, like I
don't see any shirtless people.
Yeah, no
posters from them. It's just
exactly.
Yeah,
you get what you get.
But I just appreciate the marketing and just the way they're teasing this big event from Marvel. And so we start with issue 0, as I showed here, and this is really meant to get more background into the Watcher. The Watcher has always been kind of this mysterious being who lives on the moon, and so we get to have more of introspection or more. We get to dissect him a little bit. And go into his background, and I think this is really meant to build kind of sympathy for him before they put him down in the next issue.
They off him.
Yeah, they off him. This is I really felt for the Watcher. There's been so many versions of the Watcher throughout Marvel Comics. You have the FF version, which was like.
Which was fun.
Yeah, which was a fun, goofy kind of Watcher.
Now it's like, oh, here's another Watcher story.
Yeah, this one he's really quiet and he really keeps to himself, especially when like Nova, Sam Alexander comes to the moon to visit the Watcher. He really doesn't say anything. He just wanders away and then shows all these images. So yeah, like this is really meant to build sympathy for the watcher, and then at the same time launch this big event. Um, so I'm excited for Original Sin. Jason Aaron's writing it. This particular Zero issue, Mark Waid wrote it. So yeah, I'm excited to read number 1.
Marvel event, man.
Marvel events. Hopefully
Going
it
all
doesn't.
in.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take like a year to resolve. Like we're still in resolving the Age of Ultron stuff, and we're still dealing with the ramifications of Infinity. Hopefully this doesn't pile on to that.
Wasn't Human? Was that a storyline or what? That was that an event in Humanity or Inhuman or?
I think that just spawned off of Infinity,
Okay.
and that was kind of like its own little thing, little branch. So hopefully, Marvel doesn't just pile all these events on top of each other, because they already released the event after Original Sin. What they're gonna do?
Axis.
Yeah, Axis, another Avengers. X-Men
Yeah, it sounds like AVX
crossover.
again.
Yeah. So, and we haven't even kicked off Original Sin yet, and they've already announced the next event.
It's Axis versus the 3D covers. That's
Yeah. Taking a page from DC.
Yeah.
Advanced solicit. Oh, we're gonna advance solicit.
Yeah. That's it. It's that time again.
Yeah. So that's those are my picks of the
All right,
month.
cool.
All right, man. Cool stuff.
Do we got any comments or anything?
Yeah, I'm searching through it now. We only got 2. Neelius Prime
Hey Neil.
watching this, so what's up, man? Hope you studying hard, man. We good
We're
luck on
distracting you.
Yeah.
Down now.
Hope this is a break time. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So he said Scott should talk about his pull list.
Yeah.
I just finished reading
Well-
it.
Or
I just finished reading this, and it's really good.
So that is
Yeah.
his pull list. One
you
book.
finished reading the previews. I was looking at you reading the previews.
If you guys don't know, it's an on-running joke that Scott should read his pull list or review his pull list when he has done. So
I have no full list.
yeah.
Library
newspaper.
pull list.
I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
no list.
And Neelius Prime also comments. Also, I think Amazing Spider-Man was an oversized issue, but I could be wrong. So I think it's combined with it being an oversized issue. You also get Inhuman #1.
Oh yeah, it's thick. It's heavy. It's
Is it like a trade?
it's
is it
like
almost-
half a trade, or it's
Okay.
look at that.
That's good. So yeah. So it's an oversized issue, and with Inhuman, like I don't know how many pages Inhuman is. So yeah.
It's the full first issue, which is crazy.
I
Yeah.
hope people go out and try out Inhuman. I wonder how the sales are with like Black Widow when they introduced that behind.
Go try it, Steve.
I know I'm good. I'm good.
You're like,
I am trained.
yeah.
Library.
I am library trade waiting. Okay. So, all right,
Text.
all right, man. Hey, you have
That's
the
my
floor.
turn, yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, cool. No particular order. My top 5. First one is Thor. I think I've had this book in my top 5 like in every single month.
Yes.
I could be wrong, but this book is awesome. If you're not reading this, man, you're not doing life right. Plain and simple. You're really not living your life to its
Do whatever
fullest
you can,
potential.
man.
Yeah.
Comic book day, man. If you have a sale, go check it out.
Oh my gosh, it's like Jason Aaron too. We're mentioning his name a lot, but he's that good is the thing, you know. But Jason Aaron, Esad Ribic, and basically it's continuing the story of the 2 timelines. The modern timeline being Thor versus Roxxon, the corporation. There's a town that Thor really cares about, and basically Roxxon is just polluting that town. So he's basically trashing like all the Roxxon equipment. And at the end of the issue, probably one of the best moments. And only in comics can this happen, because if it happened in a movie, I think people would just think it was stupid. But Thor like gets sued, and when he when he gets sued by Roxxon, just like, I don't know if you can see this, but the face that he has, when he's handed the
Oh,
paper. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see
yeah,
that?
yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the subpoena.
Yes.
He's like, what the heck? You know,
Jaw
and,
I'm the North Star.
yeah, it's a jaw dropper. I just love the facial expressions that Isad draws. They're really, I mean, they're expressive, for lack of a better word, but really great stuff. And the second timeline is, of course, Thor versus Galactus, which there was like an epic battle this issue, and I loved reading it and reading it again. And my favorite part was when Thor basically flies himself into Galactus's gut, and Galactus ends up vomiting, right? And it says here, I'm just going to read it because it's a small panel, but it says, "And lo, Galactus vomits the molten energies of 1,000 worlds." And I'm like, you know what?
What?
Only in comics.
Molten
up.
energies.
Like he vomits like planet
Alright.
spirit.
All right,
Which is
Marvel books. When Galactus is a big part of an event, you know what to do.
Exactly. You know, if Galactus was in like the movies, like correctly done, not in like Fantastic Four where he's just a cloud, but if he was like an actual like humanoid,
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see
I want to see a punch.
Galactus vomit. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. And I like what happened right after that, how Galactus counters by punching Thor through the planet Earth. Like
Yeah.
he punched Thor and Thor comes out the other side of the planet. Or
He
That's a
punched
Dragon Ball Z
Thor.
He is in space.
Galactus punched Thor like through the Earth into the moon.
Dang,
It's
man.
like,
That's a Man of Steel-ish.
you gotta read this, people. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. You know, what are you doing
I don't
reading
know,
Spider-Man?
Stop being
But
Spider-Man.
it's
Stop reading Spider-Man.
It's beautiful. People, check it out. Free comic book day.
Buy the first
It's not-
trade.
It's not free, but buy it. You know,
There's some sales, man. There's gonna be sales.
there's gonna be
If I see Thor God of Thunder at the shop, half
You know-
off. I'm getting it.
the trade.
Yeah.
Dude, this issue alone,
We said on-
issue number 21,
Deal.
is worth it.
said on the video.
Write it. I'm
yeah.
booking it if I see it.
There you go. It's on video. I better see that in your hands. Anyway, number 2. I think I'm the only one, probably east of the Mississippi, that read this, but Magnus, the robot fighter.
Dang,
Yeah,
man.
man, this is from Dynamite Comics, written by Fred Van Lent, art by Corey Smith, and Magnus is one of the Gold Key characters that Dynamite's like relaunching. I think they got like 4 characters that they're relaunching, and Magnus is one of them. The other one being like Solar and Turok, which they're good, and Dr. Spectre, which is not released yet. But anyway, Magnus the robot fighter. Basically, a guy named Russell Magnus wakes up in the future. You know, he's like, it's like a Matrix thing where his mind is like in another time, right?
Uh-huh.
But he wakes up in the future where robots are pretty much dominant. You're like pretty much the population as humans today, right? And he ends up attacking a robot and gets arrested, and he escapes, so he's a fugitive. But basically, it's just him fighting robots, literally. He's literally a robot fighter, and it's good stuff. It's fun. I mean, it's really like leave your brain at the door type of reading. But man, this is like only in comics can this happen. This is, or maybe like really cheap Sci-Fi Network type of movies. But it's really good. It's really fun. There's actually a scene in here where I don't know if you've seen Old Boy, but there's a hallway scene of him fighting robots left to right, and like Old Boy, where it was like 1 against like 50 guys,
Like
and
the Raid.
it was good. Yeah, like the Raid.
Yeah, like the Raid.
It's like the Raid too. Raid with robots. But
Raid.
check it out. Someone else buy this besides me because I want it to keep going. I don't want it to get canceled.
We'll check the sales, man. We'll check it for you. Yeah. How
Okay, thank you. Yeah. But anyway, number 3. Elektra, #1.
Oh, Marvel.
Marvel.
Art house book.
It is an art house book, man. That cover, look at that cover.
I know,
I
man.
don't know if you. It's probably been spoiled, but it's like ninjas and guts and blood making Elektra's face. You know, this book is beautiful. This is a beautiful book.
Yeah.
And this is written by W. Hayden Blackman. I had to look it up because I knew his last name, but I forgot his first name. And drawn by Michael Del Mundo. And I don't know, man. This is like well, basically it's Elektra, the assassin, and basically she wants a job. And she meets up with someone called the Matchmaker, which hooks her up with assassin jobs. And basically she has to find somebody, but there are other assassins after the same guy. So it goes from there. It's just the first issue, but that's the setup of it. So it's going to be assassin versus warrior kind of stuff. But man, just like but really what steals the show, I would say, is like the art. I mean, there's a lot of like double page spreads that look.
I know, man.
I mean, they look gorgeous, man. It's like mural type stuff from like you could see this in a wall in like a church, you know. But it's really great. The narrative in this is really, there's a lot of captions, which it seems like that's how Blackman writes, because that's how he did that in Batwoman, it seemed. And I wanted a proper Batwoman fix, and I think this is it. This might replace Batwoman because
oh man, yeah,
this is really good. But Elektra #1, I'm liking it. I don't know anything about Elektra besides, you know, she got killed by Bullseye, and that's about it. And it's cool that I don't even know how she got back. You know, why is she alive? But I'm enjoying it. It's good.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I know female characters are really having a prominence in Marvel. You got Captain Marvel, Elektra, Storm coming up,
Angela,
Miss Marvel, Angela.
Angela, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's interesting, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm liking it. #4. I think my brother did read this because he introduced me to it, but it's Mark Millar's Starlight.
Nice.
And, I don't know why there's not any buzz about this, at least in like comic shops and stuff, but this is really good. Like I borrowed my brother's issues, and I liked it so much I bought my own. Can you believe that?
I mean, it's Mark Millar, man. I'm like,
it is Mark Millar.
It's a very different Mark Millar, though.
yeah.
It really is, because I was actually ready to dismiss Mark Millar because he's just like shocking all the time, especially in books like Kick-Ass and stuff like that. And I just got kind of numb about that kind of stuff, but this is really more emotional. It's about a guy named Duke McQueen who I think he was like was he like a pilot, a test pilot, one of the two?
Yeah, he was like a test pilot.
And he ended up in this like dimension and a different planet, and he ended up saving the planet by taking down like a tyrant. And he comes back to Earth to marry like his love, and his wife like ends up dying, and he's an old man, and he's just like really lonely now. Like his kids want nothing to do with him, not because they're bad or anything, but they have families of their own. And he's pretty much just isolated. And there's like these great panels in here where you actually like feel the isolation, which Mark Millar I think is pretty good at telling stories without there being any dialogue. I mean that goes for the art too. The art by Goran Parlov. But like pages like this where it's basically Duke like standing outside smoking. And it's just
that's isolation for you right there.
And I'm like, man, he's all alone, you know. And really beautiful stuff. But basically, in this issue, someone from the other world, like a kid, you know, visits him and says, "Hey, we need your help," you know. And Duke's like, "Hey, I'm an old man. I can't do anything, but there's another part of him that wants to go on an adventure because that was really the prime of his life. And he goes back to the planet and it leaves off from there. But this is really good stuff.
Yeah,
And-
like it seems like I think people are kind of holding their breath, even though it is kind of like 2 issues. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, Mark, where's the blood and guts? Where are we going?
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
There's
I
like
think-
when I'm reading this, I'm kind of waiting for that. Like,
Yeah.
where is the shocking moment gonna pop up? You know.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, the way it's written, it's kind of like, I don't think you'll be seeing that anytime soon, because it's not like, like, how many, like,
Yeah.
have they introduced a lot of characters? Like, they've only introduced really that guy, and then,
It's really just that guy and the kid that he's with right now, which will probably be like his little sidekick. And I'm assuming a villain will come up. There's not really a bad guy right now, but they said that the world has been taken over again, so they have yet to introduce that person. But yeah, I don't.
yeah,
The more I read it, the more I don't think there's going to be like a shocking moment in it.
yeah, it's
But-
going to be,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think on the back, doesn't it say like rated M for mature readers?
Yeah.
And then I read it and I was like, this is really, really, it's more emotional. It deals with more thematic material rather than intense content.
Not yet.
I think it's more
Not yet.
emotional. Yeah, not yet.
yeah, that might be
Watch-
like,
Yeah, the next issue is gonna be like full on.
the tyrant is like going
tyrant.
ham.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
like stringing dead bodies from trees or something. I don't know, but yeah, I was impressed with that run, especially you like if you put yourself in the hero's shoes, we all want to, we all have that desire to have like that one last hurrah kind of thing.
Real man.
Yeah,
It's like basically at the end of your like as you reach the end of your 20s, kinda like
Yeah.
the same way.
That's it, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But
you don't want to have that midlife crisis like
Yeah.
buy a Ferrari at 40, but you want it to go out in a good way, and so I think the story really captures that.
All right, Mark Millar.
Yeah, it's.
We'll
I'm
see.
I'm really hoping this lasts more than like 8 issues because it seems like that's how Mark Millar writes. It's like
Mhm.
short little bursts.
And it's on time, right? It has no delay.
So far, it's been on time. But
Which
yeah,
keep his legacy, man.
I know. Like this issue is special to me because it only has one staple.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's
I
that
forgot- there's no staple up here for some reason, but it's just one right there.
Oh.
It's a cool little defect. You gotta be careful with it.
The CGC is on that staple.
Yeah. Anyway, last book is an image book by Kel Simons and Matthew Reynolds. Don't know who these guys are, but they've been doing a good job on The Mercenary Sea.
Oh, nice.
Look at that beautiful cover. First, I want to talk about this cover because I picked up this book just because of the covers. Like, I had no idea what it was about. But when I saw issue 1, this isn't issue 1, this is 3. But it's similar. And I was like, man, that looks so cool. You know, I mean, you could tell it's kind of computer graphic, though, because it's blurred in the background, it's rendered and everything. But, I mean, while I'm on the art, this is, like, beautiful art, too. It's, like, it looks like Samurai Jack to me.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I'm trying to find a good page to show you guys, but it's all kind of talking heads. But, I mean, like, even, I guess this is, like, it's a decent panel, but the colors in there are really cool. It's more like, it's like an animated style. I mean, if you can see their faces and stuff. But, basically it's set, I think, a little bit pre-World War II, during the time of, like, the Chinese-Japanese, like, confrontation. And basically in this story there's a crew that, like a submarine crew, they're looking for an agent named Top Hat. There's like really cliche type of adventure naming, basically. This book feels like Johnny Quest. I don't know if you guys
I
remember
love
that
Johnny Quest,
cartoon.
man.
Yeah. It's like really feel good but adventurous. I mean, there is some danger to it. but I mean, no one is really in danger. I mean, at least not yet. But this issue was cool to me because there was actually like a submarine chase in here. And if you guys know anything about submarines, they use sonar, and basically the submarine that was being chased had to like hide and stay quiet. Like they were like, "Shut up, you know, they're gonna hear us." You know?
Yeah.
And the enemy ship was like tossing like depth charges into the water and stuff. But really cool stuff. I don't think there's really anything like this, like sea-based adventure stories, or maybe Five Ghosts is like that a little bit. But this is really good. Good stuff. I mean, look at this guy right here. He's like coming for you. You see that? But,
Nice, man.
it's a good cover. But yeah, those are my 5 books. Check them out.
All right, man. So those are top 5 books. So let's get on to some other stuff. Wait, first,
Uh-oh.
Eugene, you had you have to get on your soapbox about
Oh no.
comic
Vine.
Vine review.
What is that? Oh no, you read my tweet? I wasn't even
You
planning to, like,
mentioned
say
it in
anything.
you mentioned it before, so
Well,
I kind
I
of
guess.
remembered it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't hate Comic Vine or anything, or any site that like reviews comics or anything like that. They do what they do, and they get the word out there that comics are cool, and that's fine. I guess what bugs me a little bit, you know, is when just like the whole bandwagon mentality
Yeah.
that happens when a book gets 5 stars, and when that happens, like books that don't get reviewed like get canceled, you know, and they can be like really good books, you know. I mean, reviews have their place, but and the thing is, like, when you read a review that's like 5 stars, before you read the actual book, you're kind of tainted. You know what I mean?
You're kind of you're like,
You already have like, okay, this is gonna be good, you know, and you're reading it. You don't really have an opinion of your own when you're reading it. That's why I don't really read reviews or like solicitations, and I mean that's just me. I'm not saying it's wrong to read them, you know. I don't really like to get spoiled.
old school.
Yeah, it's old school. Like I just find it for myself. But like it's just that I've read reviews where the book was 5 stars, and I've checked out the book and I didn't agree with it. You know, it was a 1-star book to me. You know, it was crap. Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel sorry for like creators that don't get any spotlight because they didn't get reviewed, and you know, they don't get a chance to like finish their story because no one's going to give them a chance because Comic Vine didn't give them like a review or give them 5 stars. You know?
Like with I mean, there's so many comics out there, and you know, some of the sites, they kind of depend on the traffic, so they kind of see what's working and what's not. Like, what issues need to be reviewed based on views and stuff like that, and clicks and stuff like that. I mean, I think we're doing it. I think we, as this Anything Comics podcast, we kind of do our own thing. Like, we kind of share the books that really don't get reviewed. You know, because I don't see like Mercenary Sea get reviewed up there. Or,
I know, man. That's why, you know, I tend to pick those. When I see a 5-star book, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go try something else. I'm just like that for some reason, because I mean, even when it comes to choosing superheroes, I like the like unknown type of guys. You know? But that's just me. I mean, that's the way.
Yeah, it's like if you always base your picks on reviews, books like Magnus, Robot Fighter, or Starlight would definitely fall into the background. And you know, I'm glad that our picks are always diverse. We're not just with the big two, Marvel and DC, but we do like to branch out into the more indie titles, the lesser known superheroes or lesser known stories. You know, just supporting those creators, because you know, you think about it, this is a work of art. It's this is their baby. You know.
Yeah, they spend like a lot of time doing this.
Yeah,
Hours
some
and
of them are not. I know some of them are just like that's their job. They're given a story to write, but a lot of people, this is their kind of self-expression, and this is their way to get it out there. And so it's good to give those titles a chance, but when they're overshadowed by other well-known titles,
Yeah.
yeah, they probably don't get the recognition they deserve.
Yeah, it's the thing is like when Scott Snyder's Batman gets reviewed. I mean, I already know it's gonna be good. I mean, like, it's good.
I don't ever think it's gonna be a 3-star book. Like,
Exactly. That's
I
what my point is. Like, why don't you spend some
4 to
time
5.
with other books, that don't get like spotlight. Don't review books that people know for sure are gonna be good.
Yes. Don't spend your time. I saw the reviews for Superman 30. Don't spend your time on that book. That's waste of words. Waste of
Exactly.
stars.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't like. I don't know. Like, I think I saw some reviews for Jason Aaron's, book. I think Image books are more like, they're more reviewed on Comic Vine. Other books like, Boom or IDW or Valiant, they're kind of like I would see like the first issue of Valiant, like like first issue of Magnus would probably be up in there, but maybe like down the road where it's like issue 2, 3, or 4, it'll kind of just fade away as the reviews
Yeah.
go. So,
Well, what happens when people just read like 5-star books is that, I mean, everyone reads just a couple of books. You know what I mean? And like you said, there's hundreds of like comics out there.
yeah.
And like there's like struggling writers and artists that want to, they want to come up. And I mean,
Yeah.
I know Bendis is really good and everything, but he's
still
writing a lot of stuff already,
Yeah.
He's been around a long time, but
Yeah.
and there could be like a dude that's better than him, like, in the indie book that doesn't get any like shine. That was just a little kind of beef, but
yeah, like for
know
me, like to be real honest, like I'm like still in that phase, the superhero phase, where I'm just when I see solicitations of like new DC, new Marvel, that's like really the one that just gravitates towards me. Maybe it's not like, I mean, maybe I haven't gone through like the whole cycle of it. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm in this superhero phase right now, and I'm kind of, I mean, I like it, but I'm just kind of waiting for me to like, hey, maybe you can start transitioning to indie stuff. Like, how you were, like, how you're just like, DC books has just been, they haven't been hitting the mark lately. I'm just gonna like, try out more indie stuff. I'm kind of still at that DC point. Like, I want to pick up these DC books because, I'm still at that phase, and I don't know, like that's kind of like the ebbs and flows of a comic book reader, I guess. Like, you're gonna have those moments where you're just like, I want to pick up superhero books. I'm like into these titles, but I mean, I expect to go, towards the indies sooner or later. I just don't know when or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with just liking superhero.
Yeah.
I mean, I see nothing wrong with that. And there are ebbs and flows because, I mean, these storylines they take a long time. Some of these storylines are like years long. I mean, you get one issue a month, So it takes a long time sometimes. I mean, I don't know when Saga is going to end. That could be like several years down the line, But I don't know. I agree with you. There's no. I don't think anyone should just pick a team, like pick a company. Just read what you like, But I also think that, hey, if that cover looks cool, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Don't just pick up something just because the guy gave it 5 stars. He might have like totally different tastes.
Or completely the opposite. Like, if someone poo-poos something, and you just take their advice, try it out. You might think it's 5 stars, and they're 2 stars. You know,
Yeah.
because some people are really sometimes on the fence. I do this sometimes when I see number ones, and I'm just like, I have that last $2.99 book or $3.50 book, you know, and I'm kind of stingy with it, and I go to the reviews to see, you know, what other people think. And I don't really go to, like, I see the Comic Vine review and I check they have 3 stars, but I also scroll down to the comments to kind of see what everyone thinks. I kind of get a general overview of everybody. Because I've seen some 3-star books that are people like, why is this 3 stars? This is freaking awesome. So I'm like, okay, like it's gonna be subjective, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like yeah. So I mean, I mean, I understand if people like are on a budget and they're kind of just like, yeah, let me just stick to what I like, I guess, or stick to like superhero stuff or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, totally. I mean, I see where there is a useful thing when it comes to reviews. I mean, they're a useful tool to like filter, you know, the good stuff from like the hundreds of like bad things that you could spend money on. You know, I mean, I've fallen victim to that myself. I mean, like the House of Golden Bones. I mean, I talked to you guys about that. I mean, I picked it up because I was like, okay, let's give this a shot. It's the worst comic I ever read, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the risk. But at the same time, I've done the same thing of picking out a book because I haven't heard anyone talk about it and it looked cool, and I really liked it. I liked it a lot better than some people who gave books like 5 stars. And
yeah. So sometimes you just need to pick it up, flip through it, get the feel with it. If you like it, you like. I mean, try it out. You know.
It's part of being yourself and thinking on your own kind of thing. You can't let people just like tell you, hey, read this.
Yeah. Don't be a follower.
No, you can't, man. You can't. Not in this world.
Not in this world, man. You're gonna be behind. You're gonna be in the back of the line.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
That's my tiny rant, man.
Tiny rant, but it's a nice discussion. I mean, I think about that too.
Yeah. I read reviews too, people. Don't worry. I don't read.
Like on Amazon.
I mean, I'm reviewing right now, aren't I? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk Justice League. All right. Let's just jive right in here. My bro actually wants to talk. So.
Wait. I have my like movie whole list of like so I watched
This is a complete surprise.
In April, like all the movies I watched in April. I watched The Raid, it was good. I watched Man of Steel again, still good.
We can go Man of Steel forever.
Spider-Man #2,
always good.
That's the
always good. Amazing.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2.
Like
that amazing Spider-Man 2.
don't get me started.
Toby, Sam Raimi too. Yeah.
And then recently a third Spider-Man, which I did not finish because I walked out from my room and I was like, I'm not watching this.
That's a big statement, man.
What movie was that?
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3.
Oh,
That was
you
when-
walked out of your own room. You can.
I walked out my
It's
own
like,
room.
so
Like,
terrible. It's
no,
I can't
when,
walk out of this
when,
room.
That's
when he
a
was
protest.
when he was doing the little like doo, 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 you know, those little, like something
Oh,
like
the
that.
dancer team?
Yeah. Didn't you? I was like,
Oh man, that was actually one of my favorite parts in Spider-Man 3.
what? I'm surprised. But
No, for real, it was one of my favorite parts because I already decided it was horrible like early on, so
Yeah.
I was just trying to find like something to entertain me, and I think that was one of the scenes.
okay.
But
Yeah, I felt like I was like Raimi's style because like I've watched like his movies and it's very oh okay.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi's the direction of Sam Raimi.
Yeah. It's like very cheesy, but I mean it's cool, I guess. You know, like
Yeah.
you didn't have to have that shot, but that's cool.
If you're a Sam Raimi follower, like you've watched his like Evil Dead movies, like that's so 100% Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Like, that's just his signature all over it.
Um,
Just like when Peter Parker goes into the shop and the doors just open for him.
yeah.
That's pure Sam Raimi. That's what I love about it.
This is crazy.
Dude, that's actually what I enjoyed about like all that cheesy stuff in Spider-Man 2. That's actually why I liked it so much.
Yeah, like
because
it's really
it
good.
reminded me like, oh, this is a comic book world, you know.
Yeah. Just
Like,
like the freeze frame or
Yeah, that's what I was
Spider-Man
gonna
2.
mention. Like when he's basically having a good day and he's walking down
Oh,
the
yeah,
street and he
That
freezes
was
a
pretty
second.
cool.
I was like, you know, that's actually kind of funny to me, you know, because he's so happy. Like you just see it when it freezes, like for a second, you know.
Like, yeah. Come on,
And the
Tom.
dialogue was like, I mean, I don't know. I like Doc Ock in that movie. I hope they
Hope you're doing well.
they do him well. Yeah, in the Sinister Six. You know.
But, yeah. That's all the movies I watched in April. I watched like all the Spider-Man movies.
3 movies.
No, I watched Spider-Man 1 again. 2.
4 movies.
4 movies.
5 movies, I think.
Spider-Man.
Cool.
Since we're doing movies of the month, my number 1 pick, Steven,
Spider-Man.
you were with me, The Raid 2.
Raid 2,
Oh
front
my
runner of
gosh.
2014.
I know, fight movie of the year.
Of the year, man.
Raid
I
1.
know. Yeah, if you thought the Raid
If you
1
thought-
was brutal, whew, dude, this one's
Dude, Raid 2 is like Raid 1 on steroids. Like,
Yeah.
they just, like, start just, it's jacked, man.
I was like yelling it in my apartment.
Well, you might as well, you'll be getting, like, a ear horn, and you just start, like,
man, you're going to be yodeling from the rooftops with the Raid 2, man. It's just,
it will be long yells. Like, it's not, like, 10-second yells. This might be, like, full minute.
yeah.
Because I was just like this. This was my thing to the whole movie. I was like, oh my gosh. I started like falling back in my chair and just like.
I know, man. You feel those punches when, like,
Yeah, we were in the front row.
you were in the front row when we were watching. It was a small theater. It was poor man's IMAX, and we were in the front row, and I could just like feel my body sinking into the seat from all these punches.
I felt punches, man.
I know. I felt like I walked out of that movie theater, and I thought I had a couple bruises on me. And
It was.
Yeah.
No, you
It was-
didn't.
yeah, it felt like it.
How'd you get
Scars.
How'd I get this?
I know.
Now I got the.
Yeah, when you have a character named Hammer Girl, and her primary weapons are dual-wielding hammers, and she doesn't hit you with a blunt end, she, like, gets the parts that dig into you, or, like, that pull the nail out.
The nail
Hits you
prize.
with those parts, and just, like, rips them out.
I just ice climbered a dude, man. It was
I know.
pretty cool.
He ice climbered a dude.
All
Yeah,
right.
no,
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
my
All right.
pick. That's my little soapbox.
We
man.
watching it this weekend? I don't know. We
watching
looking
it.
for times?
I
Real.
Yeah.
I think it's already out. There's a very limited release.
All right, time to.
For a week. But that was my little spiel. We'll probably talk about that later.
Yeah.
But Justice League, man. Yeah, getting
Justice
back to this.
League, man. 2018.
Whew.
Star
Like,
Wars.
I will be.
How do you feel about it, Steven?
I'm gonna be 30.
You're,
man.
you're pretty much the DC guy, so how do you feel about that?
I am happy we're doing DC movie. I'm kind of just wait and see, but I'm kind of frustrated that all the way to 2018. It seems like
It's
they don't have a
long
script.
Way, yeah.
Yeah, they have a long
That's how I felt like when the Avengers was first announced. I was like, man, like, because when they first introduced it in Iron Man, I was like, oh man, we're gonna wait like a decade. But it
I know,
only
it
came out
feels
4
like-
years
yeah.
later. So.
Yeah, like, and plus there's really not going to be any movies in between, and I don't understand.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was about to mention. Is that Marvel? It seemed easier to wait for because there were like solo movies.
They like
yeah,
see. They're like here's one, here's another one, here's another
I know, but like there's
Okay.
Exactly, Scott.
they're by different directors
Here's
and stuff,
Iron Man
and
2.
like Scott Snyder's kind of just. I feel like once
Zack
we
Snyder.
get Zack Snyder, once we get past the Justice League, which man, 2018, then we're finally gonna see our solo movies. I feel like I don't know, like this
They're going
might be
backwards.
Marvel Studios, it's its own thing. They control everything. They have Kevin Feige who just kind of navigates the whole thing. They have a studio. Warner Brothers is still. It's not even like DC Entertainment isn't even its own thing. It's kind of just a sub part of Warner Brothers.
They're working on
And they've also have like other movies that are coming out. Like along with Justice League, they got Shazam, 100 Bullets. What else? Fables. So I think they're not all in with the DC universe. They're really not.
That's a lot of movies. That's a lot of comic book material. Just
I know. And those aren't like small runs too. Like Fables is well into the. I think it's like issue 130 or something.
Yeah, I think 130 something. Yeah.
That's a lot of ground to cover. I mean, look at Walking Dead. It's taken them 4 seasons, and they're only they're just barely on the surface of the story so far, and it's already 4 seasons in. And
Have y'all still watched The Walking Dead? Y'all still watch that show?
I watch it, yeah.
I watch it.
I watch it because there's nothing really else on.
That's true.
We're waiting, AMC. Where's the next breakout hit?
But it's all right. I mean, I'm not caught up on the comics or anything, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're not like the same.
Yeah.
Comparing to the comics, but it's fine. I mean, it's so slow though. The plot is so slow. Like this past season there really wasn't much that they did. Yeah,
if you can do like a top 5 moments, kind of like you're kind of struggling to find that 5th one.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the quality is there, but it's, I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little bored. Like when I'm done with an episode, I feel like, oh, well, I could have done without it.
It's like, why are they doing a Talking Dead? Nothing happened. Huh?
Did you guys Did you guys watch it all? Like the last season?
I gave
You fell off it. Okay.
I stopped.
Yeah, there's like one good episode, and that's when Carol has to do something with a kid.
Oh yeah.
That episode was like probably the best one in that last season, and that was it. Yeah. But,
Okay.
Yeah, so Justice League, man.
Back
I'm
to Justice League.
different about it. It's so far away. I'm just kind of let me see how Batman Superman's gonna play out, because I think Warner Brothers have their eggs in so many different baskets, from TV shows, movies. They're optioning animated movies. They're also optioning different Vertigo movies or Vertigo titles into movies. So
I think what's been successful for the Marvel is that they're giving you these movies to help satisfy your palate before the main course of the Avengers. With the DC, they've already announced their big name movie, and yet the one before it, Batman versus Superman, it hasn't even been made. We don't even know if it's going to be successful. They're really diving in head first rather than testing the waters. Because even though Man of Steel was it was a big blockbuster, there were still people that said it was just too much, and we all had high hopes for it. We walked into it, expecting it to be like the ultimate superhero movie, and it was really good. It's an achievement for what it is, but there were just some moments where it was a little too much, and with Marvel, you have something that satisfies everyone. You have the Hulk, Thor, Captain America, something, but this one you're just for Justice League, you're really throwing everybody in there. And yet we haven't had a chance to get to know them, didn't?
Yeah. I mean, I also feel like DC's kind of trying to hit the home runs with the actors. So Ben Affleck is Batman. I don't think he has that much, time. I think he's kind of booked, not only through directing but also through scripts that he's previously, he's looking at. I think with Marvel's, they kind of had actors that are kind of just on the come up, Chris Evans. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. had his, but he hasn't really, he didn't really come back until Iron Man. And then Chris Evans, he had his Fantastic Four, but he wasn't really a hot commodity, not like Ben Affleck or some of the stuff that DC's going after. So I don't know. Like I would love a movie, just one movie in between. These years.
Wonder Woman.
I would love a Wonder Woman movie. What's Gal Gadot doing right now? Like, I would love like a Green Lantern movie. Give me a Jon Stewart movie. You don't have to give me Denzel Washington. Give me somebody.
Rock.
You don't have to give me The Rock. Like, just give me something like.
Idris Elba.
Yeah, I think the only thing like that's satisfying, like the DC palette, is shows like Arrow and The Flash. They're not even going to be tied into the cinematic universe.
Yeah, I don't need
DC
some.
shows.
I don't need some A-list actor, or I don't need someone I've seen before. Just give me something good. Like, I don't know.
Man. World building movies.
I know. The thing about with Batman and Superman coming up is they keep introducing all these characters. I mean, it's Batman and Superman, and yet they've already introduced Wonder Woman into the mix. They just announced that Cyborg or his being. Well, I don't know if Cyborg is going to be in there, but the
Vic Stone, yeah,
Vic Stone might be in there, and so it's like a Justice League mini kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like Batman, Superman. And they're gonna do how in Arrow they kind of just introduce hey, remember in the previous Arrow episode they had, hey, I'm Cisco, blah blah blah, which is basically
introduce Spies.
I think they're gonna do it like that route where it's just hey, I'm Vic Stone.
Watch where you're going. Sorry.
I don't think they're gonna do it like that, like cheese, like TV
Watch
cheese.
where you're going.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna be he's gonna be a big part, but he's not gonna be like Cyborg right away. And I wouldn't think Wonder Woman might be. I don't think Wonder Woman's gonna play. She might play that kind of, secondary role where she's oh, I'm in the Amazon island or whatever. But I don't know. I just want one movie. I would love to see a Wonder Woman movie.
One movie in between.
Gal Gadot's not doing anything.
It's just with Batman and Superman, they have basically one movie to tell everyone's origin.
Win it all.
Yeah, it's within that movie you have to set up the canon of there's Paradise Island with all these Amazons that nobody knows about, and then you have Vic Stone and his father working on some cybernetics. Yeah, it's a lot to cram into just a single movie that's supposed to emphasize Batman and Superman, and it's really supposed to be a Superman movie. It's supposed to be a sequel to Man of Steel, and yet it's being overshadowed by the introduction of Batman. And so
it's just gonna be made a lot of teasers. It's just gonna be
a bunch of Easter eggs.
Yeah, I don't expect to see Wonder Woman in full costume at that time. Maybe
towards the end or something like that. You never know.
Watch where you're going, Diana.
I don't expect to see Cyborg, with his big sonic
metal already. What the happened? If that happens, I might walk out. If I just you're really just gonna show me the Cyborg costume,
next time,
right now.
Next time.
You don't introduce the character Vic Stone. You just hey, I'm Cyborg.
Yeah, I think they might do the teaser route in Man of Steel. They tease Lex Luthor. He's part of that world, but I hopefully I don't see Lex Luthor in full automaton outfit. I hope you just see him more as the corporate head or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but that whole DC universe is it's a gigantic, in bold letters, wait and see. That's it. That's just you can leave in the back burner. It'll still be there. You just you'll look back. Oh, what's DC doing? Okay.
Marvel.
It's still cooking. It's still doing something. So.
Yeah. I think my biggest concern is probably the tone of the movie. Because
Right.
Man of Steel was, I mean, like the fight scenes were cool and everything, but it was like so serious, you know.
Yeah, it's
It was
definitely
like
coming
dark.
around
Like
throughout.
AMC, like.
But it was like now you're gonna have Batman. They're pretty much like the same type of like guy now, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're both like serious dudes, you know, and Clark Kent isn't. They didn't show in Man of Steel Clark Kent as like the goofy guy, you know.
Yeah.
The clumsy, you know, Clark Kent. Which I don't know if they're doing New 52 style Clark Kent or what, but I mean it's
Yeah,
like
I mean, he's not. Greg Pak doesn't write him seriously. He's kind of like an emotional, fun-loving dude. Like, the stuff with him and Lana, it's just like Lana Lang. It's really like it's a completely different tone from the movie aspect of it.
yeah. Yeah, I just don't want it to be like super dark that I'm like, oh man, this isn't fun to watch, you know?
It's like Dark Knight Rises,
Yeah.
like Dark Knight Light or
Yeah,
something.
it's just gonna be like exhausting, you know, because they're gonna try to top Man of Steel. That's what worries me. I mean, Man of Steel already had like way, you know, like it was bloated with like action, you know.
Yeah.
And now this is a sequel, and what happens in sequels is that people want to like see something like better and
Michael Bay.
louder than
Yeah.
the first movie. So it's like, oh
Nothing
man, they're gonna
about
try to top that, and it's
Like,
gonna be
Yeah.
too loud. You
Top
know?
that.
How can you top a world destroyer?
Yeah.
There's no stepping
The
machine.
world engine.
There
I don't
was
even know,
world
man.
destroyers.
4 world destroyers.
Yeah, that's the thing. There was like too much going on in Man of Steel for me. Like
Yeah.
you already have Zod, you know. Why do you have to add in this
Well,
like Matrix thing?
yeah. If they they have 2 years to get this right. If they do not see the flaws or kind of like the reaction to Man of Steel, if they don't get that through their heads in 2 years, then it's going down the drain. Because you have 2 years to make this movie, you have the script ready,
Yeah.
and you kind of hear, it's not really the best Superman movie. It's not really the reaction they were looking for.
It's gonna be good.
So
That's why I'm kind of happy it's in the hands of Zack Snyder, because Zack Snyder, I think he tries to stay faithful to a degree to comic book movies. Like look at 300 and Watchmen. He tries to I think he really does his research with it.
yeah,
But like my brother said, with sequels you want that bigger, more grand scape to it, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just gonna be too much.
Batman.
yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see with the more characters that come out, or the more because Lex Luthor, I wouldn't think he's gonna be like, let me destroy the world. Kind of Zod was kind of like,
Already did that.
yeah, he's got the
Yeah.
Phantom Zone, and he got the World Builder. I don't know if whoever the next villain is of Batman Superman, if it's just Lex Luthor, I don't expect
It's-
to.
It's Mark Zuckerberg.
I know.
He plays Mark
He's gonna nuke the whole world or something like that.
Hacker.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird because he's on the world.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I'm gonna try to destroy the world.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
but I read
just wait and
oh.
see is the thing.
yeah I read in the interviews like recently released that I think they were gonna try to focus on the conflict between the Batman and Superman. I don't know. That's what I read in interviews, but
Yeah, they need to show that he's still remorseful for what he did to Zod. So
yeah,
I hope that they
Yeah.
bring that up. Like he never does that again. Like that's the last time I want to see Superman kill anybody. Like that's the if I see Superman kill again in another movie, I might as well just walk out. Like I was shocked the first time, but I didn't really care. But if I see it again, I'm just like, you know what? You're doing it. You might as well let Batman kill somebody. Just go ahead, get
know.
him
Give him a gun.
get him to snap his neck. Like Bruce Wayne can like League of Assassins. He's probably learned how to snap some necks over here. He probably can do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want snapping of necks. Okay, that's the one thing I don't want. I don't want like my superheroes killing people, like literally just like taking lives. So
Is Lex Luthor the only villain announced so far?
Yeah, that's the only one so
So
far.
far.
That's really overkill.
Yeah.
I know. And then you introduce Wonder Woman.
I know. There's like,
So,
wait, that's it. Lex Luthor's gonna be dead. He's
He's gonna face
He's
three
gonna
like
get stabbed through the
three
Daily
gods,
Planet
and it's over.
or something like that.
That's it. Yeah. It's gonna be a 10-minute movie. That's it.
Like, it's
Well,
like,
save this.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going matinee then, guys. We're going matinee.
it's like,
$5.
all right. So let's just talk about Amazing Spider-Man for a little bit. Amazing
Number
Spider-Man
two?
2. Okay, Amazing
Well, I
Spider-Man
haven't
2.
even watched
No,
it.
we all
we haven't watched one, or it hasn't even come out yet.
Our
Dude, I'm
y'all,
racing
like, hype
spoilers,
about
man.
it?
I'm racing spoilers on
Yeah.
the internet.
Yeah,
I don't want to look.
when y'all were like saying like, oh, reviews are bad, and I'm like, I just read a lot of reviews on Amazing Spider-Man 2. Uh-oh.
What they say about it? What they say about it?
Um,
Well, you can read it, but don't let it taint. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whoa,
You know,
just-
like,
Just walk in with an open mind.
I'm going to, like,
Go
I
in there
think
clean.
walking
man.
in there, I'm just gonna like lower my expectations a lot, just like lower it.
This is gonna really, really, really suck.
This is gonna be terrible, okay? But you
Superman,
know,
I mean, Spider-Man's breaking people's necks.
like I heard that the last part is actually like the
The only part worth watching.
like the best part of the movie. So I'm like,
Oh
come
no.
on, dang it, I
I'm
guess
gonna
I
bring
gotta
a
watch
pillow and I'm just gonna
You gotta watch
sleep
the
through the
whole
whole
thing.
thing.
Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, like a lot of people said they liked the first movie. You know, this first Amazing Spider-Man, the rebooted one. But
Surprising.
I didn't like it, man. I
did not.
couldn't get into. I didn't like Andrew Garfield. Like Andrew Garfield was just like so douchey in the
Mm-hmm.
movie.
It's like high school douche.
Yeah.
Man. When
I
he
mean,
when he
the
kicked
costume,
football, man.
the costume
When he
wasn't
kicked the
good.
football.
Yeah. First of all, it doesn't make sense when he like threw the football at the goal and the goal
Like,
bent.
Like,
No one saw him do that. Like
Physics
does he not have,
wise,
like,
it
damages?
doesn't make sense. Yeah. But I don't know. I didn't like the. I mean, the villain was kind of weak. I mean that moment when it says "property of Peter Parker" on like his
Whoa.
camera. I'm like,
almost walked out on that part.
and it was like, what was it? Like there was a romance scene where he was just like mumbling or something, and he ends up like going out with.
I shouldn't tell you. Told you.
Yeah, but I don't know. I hope it's better. I mean, I might watch it. We'll see.
The thing is, it has 3 villains, and it's got the Rhino, Electro, and Green Goblin. And like, if you look at Spider-Man 3, like that had 3 villains in it, and it was kind of overkill on it. So
Not
hopefully
worth
it doesn't, shoot itself in
Gotta
the foot.
introduce the Sinister Six, man. Like we're one movie away. I think the next movie is Sinister
Yeah.
Six.
Then, like, what sucks is that, like, you can't world build with Spider-Man. Like, it's
You can't.
it's
no.
really hard, unless you have like Scarlet Spider or like like
Dude,
all the
Clone
other like
Saga.
all the other like Spider-Men.
Yeah.
Like
Come on, man.
like in the animated series, if you put in like Madam Web in the movies, then
Was
it's
this,
like
like, a
okay,
TV show?
that's cool. We got alternate Spider-Men's.
No, like one thing I'm hearing is that, which is weird, is that there's a clip of the X-Men movie,
Oh yeah, Days of
Big
Future
credits.
Past. Yep.
mid-credit, and I'm like,
Scared advertising.
it's not even, they're not even tying the 2 movies together. It's more of advertising.
Yeah, it's a clip.
X-Men
Yeah,
and all that. And yet people are saying like, oh, we're going to see a Spider-Man X-Men team-up movie soon. I'm like, no,
Why?
you're just advertising the next movie. So I don't know.
Maybe a Spider-Man FF movie. That'd be cool. Since
yeah.
like they had their moment.
Spider-Man in
in
space.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is when you watch it, lower expectations and stay for the last part of the movie because that is like where it's like that's where it's at.
I don't know, man. That's the reviews so far, man. We could walk in and be like,
It's pretty mixed.
It's pretty, yeah.
mixed. Like from like what I've read, it's like, oh, this is terrible. Like one of the reviews was like, this is the Batman and Robin of Spider-Man.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I'm like, whoa,
Don't
whoa.
say that to me, man.
Bad.
Don't say that to me.
No way.
Oh,
It's
no.
not that bad. All right. No.
It's still got a tomato on Rotten Tomatoes, right?
Yeah.
It's not a splat.
like
Yeah, it's a ripe tomato still.
Yeah, it's still
you
ripe.
know. So walking in there, lower expectations. Don't expect anything like, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man, but
The best.
the best one with the subway scene, still amazing.
Butterfingers.
Like,
Baby mine.
it's like very well then, just like lose everybody out of this.
Yeah, that is my favorite. One of my favorite.
Awesome.
Scenes. Like you got to get through me to get to Spider-Man. He just like shows him.
It's like very well, and it's like okay, it's like, dang, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Is there
That's-
anything else you guys want to talk about?
Oh, good man. Free
Oh,
comic book day.
okay.
yeah. What comics are y'all getting at Free Comic Book Day?
I've been getting Mouse Guard like every year, and it's hardcover again, which is cool.
Oh, okay.
I'll be on the lookout for that one. That's the one I.
Another
Because I got the first one, like the first hardcover. Like I got 2 copies of those, which was pretty cool.
That's cool.
And Project Black Sky and
It's not.
I think it's called like Sherwood.
It's not.
Something about Robin Hood, but instead of being in the Force, it's a motorcycle game. I forget.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nice.
What
What about you?
I don't know. Power Rangers.
Yeah.
The Kaboom. With all the
Archie.
Archie. The 100-page digest. I don't know. Whatever's there, like I know I'm not getting the Marvel and DC stuff because they're just like I don't know.
Features get there early, man.
I know I'm gonna be there at 8 o'clock.
Get there early.
We're gonna camp out like Black Friday.
Yeah, I'm
This
gonna
ain't
stop
no
by.
Black Friday.
I'm gonna stop by Walgreens.
Y'all better get like buy one get one free comic.
No, it's $1 comic.
$1.
All the back issues are $1. Not everything.
Yeah.
You're gonna go up to the thing like, I want these comics.
It's like this Galactus statue is $1, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Break the glass. Like, oh, great. We're not doing
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
But hey, I'm looking forward to. Want to make a day of it. It's like
Hopefully it doesn't rain. I don't want it to rain.
It rained last year.
I know it rained
Me
last
too,
year. That's why I don't want it to rain.
I don't know. The weather lately, it's been super hot
No.
and humid. Maybe a little rain would be, or at least a little cloud cover.
Yeah. Make it like a partly cloudy. Here.
Yeah. Not like.
I want to at least see
down
some
on the
blue.
sun.
I want to see some
Yeah.
sun. Woo. What else? That's really it. Like I don't really have
Free comic day.
anything else to talk about.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got one. How do you guys feel about the whole Comixology
Oh.
issue?
What's that?
The whole Comixology, basically, they were bought by Amazon. Like
Yeah.
and you can't purchase comics through the app anymore. You have to go through the desktop and buy your comics there.
Wait, so you can't buy it through like an? Did they have an Android app or it's always?
I think if you use Android, I think they give you the chance to buy the comics through the app. But if you're Apple users, you have to go through the desktop, which stinks.
That's
Well, I
Yeah.
read why they did that, and I think I agree with them. Like more money goes to the creators instead of Apple now. So
Okay, yeah, it's
if
just
that's the
cut
reason,
out the middleman. You know?
I'm like, okay, fine.
Like
It's not a big deal, you know.
Amazon's monopolizing everything.
I
well,
don't know. Could be.
not really. Like I mean, as long as I don't know, like I don't have an Apple or I mean, I have my Mac, but I don't have like an iPad or an iPhone or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if you're reading print comics, I don't think it'll be a big.
Yeah.
It's just that
that.
maybe like people who don't have desktops, that
don't have
option to
Comic shops.
Yeah, you'd have to get the actual hard copy.
Go to Midtown.
Yeah, you have to go buy your stuff from Midtown,
Oh, yeah, it starts.
or use a friend's computer to buy your comics.
Go to the library.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
Star Wars is gonna rule. Right.
Yeah, Star Wars cast announced. I don't know any of those people.
Yeah, I
Randos.
it's gonna be Lens Flare, Star Wars.
Lens
Yeah.
flare.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's pretty much.
Blinding.
That's pretty much a big wait to see. Also.
I know. Strobe, 2-hour strobe light movie. Yeah.
All right, so that's it, guys. Is that it?
I think so.
All right. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, 5 viewers. Woo!
Yeah, 5 viewers.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
man.
Viewers.
5 viewers. Let me check the comments one more time, just to make sure. We
5
have.
viewers. Anyone checking out?
Hold on.
Walk out of your room.
All right, Waco, 1340 asked, anyone checking out Bunker, Tales of Honor, or Deadly Class? If it was already mentioned, my bad. I'm checking out Rye and B-Wars this week.
Oh yeah, Waco. First of all, thank you for watching. I was able to get to my comic shop today. I know today is April 30th, so I did pick up Deadly Class and Rye. I also picked up the Flash Annual and Amazing Spider-Man 1, just to go over my comic haul. But I'll definitely check these titles out. I didn't get to it today.
Yeah.
But
Bunker's pretty much sold out. Like, I can't find Bunker anywhere.
Yeah, Bunker is amazing, you know. If you can find it, definitely grab it. If you're
if you can find a cover price, get it. Like,
yeah, it's really, I mean, it's an out there kind of book. It's really well written, and I think it's digital first. So if you can't find the issues, you could go on Comixology and grab those.
yeah.
They're probably ahead on digital, to be honest with you. It's really cool.
All right.
And Deadly Class is good. I think you mentioned that too. That's really good too.
Yeah, I hear there's a reference to Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, that the Johnny Depp movie.
The Johnny Depp character.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
That's cool.
That's cool, man.
Thanks, man, for
Shout out.
commenting, though. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Nelius Prime.
Uh-oh.
Scotty. Like, you walking out of Spider-Man. It's like, why did you walk out of your room? Couldn't you just turn the channel or turn the TV off?
Or fast forward, or
Yeah, there's.
That was just tough. Okay, watching him like do that stuff. Ugh.
Okay. Waco 1340 also says, yes, Starlight is the ish.
It is.
I agree.
It's emotional-ish. It's good stuff.
Another Dawn Prophet. Thor, God of Thunder, has been consistently good since issue 1. Ooh.
It has.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, people are kind of like fading out about it because it's not a #1 anymore. You know how it is. It's still good.
Yeah,
But
they
the
had
hype
to do
died.
a, did they do a Thor #1? Like they did like a Marvel Now one.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I think like issue 19 they did a #1 thing. But it's been like amazing. You know what, man? That artist Esad Rabik, he should have got nominated for an Eisner, I think.
Mhm.
I mean,
He's
yeah,
really that good, but I don't think he got mentioned at all. You know, but
Yeah,
Isn't
even
usually like the Eisners usually like kind of indie stuff? Like they're
No,
I think Hawkeye is just one of them. Like,
Chris Samney's on one of them for Daredevil.
yeah.
Yeah.
we won the Eisner or whatever for
Yeah, but it has been. I think like it's one of the only comics. Like Thor is one of the only comics that I don't think I've had a bad issue.
Yeah, even the filler issues are pretty good.
Yeah, like there's like one shot between arcs, like long arcs. Jason Aaron writes like single shot, like vignettes, you know.
yeah.
And those have been really some of my favorite issues have been those like single issue stories. So yeah, continue reading that. That's really good.
Keep doing it. Keep reading. All right.
I don't want it to get canceled. Is the thing. So
Oh
keep
heck no,
reading
it's not
it.
never gonna get. Yeah, Jason Aaron and Eastside Ribic just keep staying on that book. They're like the Azzarello and Cliff Chang of that
Yeah.
that book. So go ahead, just stay on there. So that's it, guys. Thank you again for watching. Thank you to all the people who commented,
Yes.
all the viewers,
Watch it.
and I'd like to thank my brother for stopping by and sharing his little information.
Hey. Okay. Watch Amazing Spider-Man.
Yep. Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
Okay, on matinee. All right, cool.
No 3D. No IMAX 3D. Don't do that.
Poor man's
Get a
IMAX.
poster
Front
though.
row.
Get a
You
poster.
get a poster?
Yeah, you get a poster if you do IMAX 3D. Like it's a legit like. Poster.
Get a poster of Electro.
No, it's Spider-Man. All right. Thank you again to Eugene and RC for coming by and talking comics. Always good talking.
It's fun, man.
We will see you on Saturday. We're gonna be
Free
there.
comic book day.
Yep, bright and early for the best
Oh,
day
yeah.
of the year. It's like
Do
Christmas in May.
Yeah, if you're, I guess I'll shout out our shop, but if you're in Jacksonville, check out. I guess it's called Superhero Hive now.
Superhero
I mean,
Hive, man.
Yeah.
It's new
That's
management
cool.
now, man. New management.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Yeah.
Management.
Yeah.
See if not
New
there.
management, same great people.
Yeah, same
in the
group.
shop.
Yeah, as long as the employees are the same, I don't.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
That's fine.
All right.
Doesn't make it.
All right. So thank you again for watching. We will see you guys in May, where we will be going over the best of May. But
I'm gonna read more books next time.
we can review Amazing Spider-Man. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably do that. All right. Thank you
Yeah.
again for watching, and we will see you guys later. Good night,
Peace,
everybody.
people.
Peace.